Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back. It's Miss A Bear. I'm glad you could join me for another wonderful day. So, as you know, every third video, we learn about special community helpers. And so, we have some special ones in store to learn about today. So, but before we get started, I want to make sure everybody who joins us knows our secret. Boys and girls, did you know that you are a super hero and that superheroes have super powers? That's right. So let's go ahead and do our superpower motto before we get started learning about these community helpers. So let's go ahead and start. What's the first thing we need to find? Our brain. That's right. Remember, you repeat after me. You point and repeat after me. Here we go. So there's your brain. I control how I think. That's right. Good job. Now we find our mouth. Where's your mouth? Good work. I control what I say. Excellent. Our next one is our heart. Our heart is, it's kind of hard for you to see on video, so let Miss Avery sit up a little bit. Because one of my nephews was getting very confused about where our heart is. And you know, our heart is about right here. You can feel it. So right there, on this side of our chest, like our hand over our heart. I control how I feel. Excellent. And then our last one, we put our hands up in the air. I control what I do. Because remember, boys and girls, you are in control of all of those things. So let's get started. Because like I said, we're learning about some special community helpers. These are real life superheroes that work in our community. And I picked some of my favorite because they help keep us safe. Let me see if y'all can guess who we're learning about today. Who are some community helpers that keep us safe? Police officers is one, that's right. Take a look. And what's another one? Police officers and who else? Firefighters, that's right. That's who we're going to be learning about today. So we're going to read our book on police officers first, and then we'll read the one about the firefighters. So let's go ahead and get started. I Want to Be a Police Officer. And this was written by Dan Liebman. Police officers enjoy helping people. They make sure that laws are obeyed. Police are able to do their jobs better when they make friends with the people they serve. My boys and girls who go to school, do you sometimes have a police officer that works at your school? I know we do. We have a special police officer named Deputy James, and he helps keep us safe. He works for the East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Department. When officers direct traffic, they wear bright fluorescent jackets to help drivers see them better. What color is that fluorescent color? Kind of yellow or green, you're right. Officers carry their radio with them, sometimes right on their belt. They can always call for help. It's right there. And I know at our police officer, he also wears a radio on his shoulder. So it's easy for him to talk into it. Motorcycles can go many places where a car cannot travel. They let officers move quickly through the busy streets. Bicycles come in handy too. They're especially useful in crowded cities. Put your hand up if you ride a bicycle like a police officer sometimes. I forgot to see. What are they wearing to stay safe? A helmet. That's right. I hope you wear a helmet too. I wear a helmet when I ride my bike. Some lucky police officers even get to ride a what? A horse. This officer is patrolling a city street. Police inspect cars and trucks to make sure they are legally parked. Help is on the way. Sirens and flashing lights warn everyone that this police car is in a big hurry. Rangers are officers who patrol forests and large parks. Cities on oceans, rivers, and large lakes often need harbor police to patrol the water. So what do these police officers use to get around? Boats. From high above, an officer can look down on a large area of the city. Boys and girls, what are they traveling in? A helicopter. That's right. Police dogs can do things that humans can't. Their sensitive noses can find explosives, lost children, or even a criminal or a bad guy who is hiding. The dogs and their partners work hard, but great friends make a great team. Officers sometimes wear a body camera to keep a record of their day. Police cars have dash cameras to provide video evidence when officers need it. To be an officer, you need a lot of skills. You have to think fast, use proper judgment, and know how to use the latest equipment. How's this police officer getting around? On a four-wheeler. That's right. So boys and girls, here's an activity that you could do at home. Think of a police officer. You can draw a picture with it if you want to. And think of what types of tools a police officer might use. Think of how he might get around. Think of where he might work. So maybe you choose a police officer that works in the forest. How would he get around? Could he drive a car in the forest? He might use a horse. He might use a four-wheeler to get around. Or he might walk. That's right too. What kind of tools might he use in the forest? He could have a flashlight. Do you think he still might wear a radio? Absolutely. Do you think he might have handcuffs? Do you think he might carry a gun? Do you think he might carry a camera? Do you think he might wear a police vest? Do you think he might wear a hat or a helmet? What I want you to do is to draw a picture of your police officer. It could even be you pretending to be a police officer. And draw where you would work. Draw what you would travel in. A helicopter, a horse, a bicycle, a four-wheeler, a boat, a car, a truck, or an SUV. And then draw some of the tools you might use to do your job. Because police officers use all types of tools. All right, let's learn about firefighters now. So this is I Want to Be a Firefighter, and I think is written by the same man who wrote our police officer book. It is. This is also by Dan Liebman. Firefighters must come to the rescue when there is a fire. They drive trucks called fire engines or fire trucks. The fire engine carries a powerful, hose and a long ladder. It has a siren to use when there is a fire. Have you heard the sound that a fire engine makes. Can you make that sound for me? It sounds almost kind of like a honk, doesn't it? Kind of like, Argh. No, don't sound like that. I bet you can make a better sound than I can. Also, firefighters must be strong to carry the heavy equipment and control the powerful fire hoses. Now, boys and girls, I didn't ask this question in my last story. Can a firefighter and a police officer be a lady? Can they also be a man? Absolutely. If you can do the job, if you can be strong and fast and smart, you could be a police officer or a firefighter too, a man or a lady. The hose sprays water into the middle of the flames. The firefighters must hold on tightly. You're putting out that fire. Fires can happen at any time. Sometimes firefighters must work all night. Do you think police officers have to work all night too sometimes? Absolutely. Our firefighters and police officers are always available to help us when we have an emergency or a problem. The smoke from a fire can make people sick, so firefighters carry tanks of fresh air to breathe. This firefighter is trying to put out flames on a roof. He doesn't want the building to burn down. Do you think he will put out the fire in time? Firefighters make sure everyone is safe. Sometimes firefighters can get hurt while helping other people. Sometimes they do get hurt. Police officers too, when they're trying to help other people. But that they know that's their job, that their job is to help people, and that sometimes they do get hurt. They try not to get hurt, but sometimes they do get hurt. Sometimes cars catch fire. And although the fire is small, this firefighter is careful to protect his body with a very thick coat. Look at all the controls on that fire truck. The firefighter knows what each is for. When there are no fires, firefighters wait at the firehouse. They make sure their equipment is clean and works properly. This fire was hard to reach from the ground, so the firefighter sprays water down on it from up above. Sometimes fires start on boats or ships or on buildings near the water. So fire boats go to the rescue. Helicopters can dump water over large areas. That's important because forest fires can spread very quickly. That's when the trees catch on fire. Small towns use volunteer firefighters. They may be cooks, dentists, or librarians, but they all come running when the town siren wails. This woman, we talked about a lady being a firefighter. This woman knew she wanted to be a firefighter when she was a child. She always feels glad that she is helping people. Boys and girls, you can do the same type of activity as we did for the police officer. So you could draw another picture if you want to. You can draw one or you can draw both. And draw a firefighter. Draw maybe what their job is. So some firefighters put out fires. Some firefighters rescue people or animals from places they can't get out of. So maybe you draw a firefighter doing that. Maybe you draw some of the tools that a firefighter uses. Maybe you draw their helmet or their air tank or their special big coat. Maybe you draw them with their fire truck, or the hose or the ladder. You can draw what they're doing and how they keep people safe. So thank you, boys and girls, for joining me today, and I hope that the rest of your day is fantastic. I'll see y'all later.